We are back for another year of football. The Saints start the era of Derek Carr. LSU is loaded and should be tuned up under second-year coach Brian Kelly. Nicholls State is looking to get back on top with Coach Tim Rebowe at the helm. The high school teams are eager and ready. Our crew is also back. Our very own Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Well, he's offering in-depth analysis and game strategies. Former All-Pro Rich Maudy brings his candid talk back for another year. Mike Detillier will offer his great insight to the sports world each and every week. Harry McCullough will showcase a special guest of the week. Our high school expert Stan Gravois. He'll be on hand to discuss high school football standings. Chuck Bork takes over the question of the day this year as he puts his stellar law practice on hold for just 5 minutes. And our weekly Stay to Play raffle will reward a lucky winner. This year, our naming sponsors will be part of the show. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Some perennial corporate sponsors are also on hand. South Louisiana Bank is better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health System, Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, from the Eugene and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, buckle up your chin straps. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Rich Maudy will be back with a lot more right after this break.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. Don't go away.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit? We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Maudy. Guys, you can't spot a team 21 points, and especially a good team like the Lions. The Saints did fight back, but 33-28. But again, you can't do that in this league today and give a team 21 points halfway into the first quarter. You want the fans to be involved. What are they going to cheer for? Now, the Lions fans had a lot to cheer for, and they had plenty of them there. But this is a microcosm of the season. When you fix one area, they got in the red zone 4 times, you got 4 touchdowns. But good. Then your defense fell apart.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're hearing the comments now starting to come out before the games in-house with Kamara came out and said some things about the continuity and getting on the same page. We got to pull it all together for the Lions. Well, they didn't. They couldn't pull it together. They come out in the second half and they look like world beaters, but it's just too late, too little, and it's not consistent, which is what they've been all year, like you said.
Well,
it's their MO.
Well, it's supposed to be a strength of the Saints, that being the defense. But look at the Houston Texans, how magical they are this season in the AFC. They're right up there in the thick of things. That's probably the most surprising team. You look at the quarterback, C.J. Stroud, and DeMeco Ryans, the head coach. But starting with their Week 5 loss to the Texans, the Saints have been outscored 130-70 in the first half of the last 7 games.
He ain't winning nothing that way.
So we're not setting the tone. We are not setting the tone, and it's frustrating because I look at Montgomery. He scored that 2-yard touchdown. It was the 4th time the last 6 games the Saints have allowed points on their opening defensive drive. So, Mike, you wanted to, hopefully Carolina, all of a sudden, you're going to tell me how they've struggled. The Panthers are winning 7-0. I'm gonna be like, you got to be kidding me. But to show you right now, and what was so discouraging, we're losing 21-0. Some people might have been late to the game trying to park, and then they get in their seat. They go, what the heck? What? The game just started. We're losing 21-0 at home.
I'm hearing all the cheers. They didn't realize they had just as many Lions fans there as they did Saints fans.
You look at that Honolulu blue and all like that, and they go, let's go Lions. But you know what? I don't hate on the Lions fans because they're like us. They're common folks. They blue collar like us. So to me,
And they've been waiting a long time.
long
if you
time.
hate the Lions, you probably have some kind of Packer or Bears or Vikings connection. But other than that, how can you be anti-Lions considering their background? But when we were losing 21-0 within the first 7 minutes, this became the first time. This was Coach Morris, Jim Morris, first year coaching the Saints. I was part of that. This became the first team since 1986 to score 3 offensive touchdowns in the first 7 minutes. So when you talk about history and you go back and what teams are doing, and I was talking to Lester and all at their table about this. Do y'all think when y'all go to a Saints game, you want to cheer? You might be feeling good, had a few pops, whatever, and then you want to cheer for the team. But all of a sudden, do you know what the Saints record the last 20 games at home? We're 8-12. 8-12. They ain't no damn don't feel advantage.
Nothing.
We should be not 8-12, but 12-8, if not 13-7. That's really where we should be at home, and it's very discouraging. Now, how you get the double-digit wins, how you can be in the postseason, win the NFC South, to throw the fans a bone. Because if you win the division and you host in a playoff game, then everybody wants to be in that number. But you let us lose to Carolina come Sunday in the Dome, and they won
really
one game,
bad.
then everybody got to get fired. They get all ticked off, and you got to be kidding me. Because are we just a competitive team, or are we trying to win championships? Isn't it about winning championships?
That's what you're there for.
Especially because of Drew Brees and
We're
Sean
going to go to the
Payton.
highlights
You won a
here.
Super Bowl. When you
Real
think of that.
quick, Jahmyr Gibbs gets the football, and, man, where's the tackling?
We can't tackle.
Look, they're all going high on the shoulder. How many tackles are you making from the
He
shoulder?
ain't making no
This is the
tackles
first
that way.
touchdown.
They don't want-
And then David
He's walking
Montgomery, he
in.
just sort of walks it in. So, again, 7-0.
If our defense is not kicking ass, we're in trouble.
Derek Carr, I should say, back to pass, throws it. Come on, Juwan Johnson, you got to catch that.
That's not-
the interception.
Okay,
And,
Juwan
Brian
Johnson,
Branch.
he's not our number one tight end. We paid him almost $5 million. How about put Jimmy Graham in there? Hello?
He did. He's only
We
2 for 2.
targeted
Yeah,
3
and he
times
gave
and he
him
got
a
2
touchdown out of
touchdowns. Come on.
And there
Right
it
here,
is, Jimmy Graham for the touchdown.
Hello? I mean, Jimmy Graham, he has a little fire in the belly, even though he's old.
And Derek throws it downfield. I mean, this is a great catch by Chris Olave. It was not a great throw, but Chris Olave comes back, makes the catch, and then Alvin Kamara gets in for the score. So now it's 24-14 at this stage. Then you get it in from the 1-yard line.
Well, you look at Taysom Hill. Anytime
24-21.
in the red zone, Taysom Hill should be in the game all the time, part of the game plan. All of a sudden, we couldn't score in the red zone against Atlanta, and we went 4 for 4 against the Lions in the red zone.
Now, this dude can run. Jamison Williams. And,
Everybody's got a hand on him.
and good gracious, even in two-hand touch, he wouldn't have went down. So now it's 33-21. Alvin Kamara gets in.
He ends up breaking
score.
Mark Ingram's all-time record for rushing touchdowns in the Saints uniform. And you have to give it. And I was telling.
But when you needed a stop late, could not get it. Just couldn't.
It's, again, I go back to
the
the
same thing against Atlanta.
Exactly.
When they
ran the football. Was nothing about, well, the pass to the tight end, Laporta, who they're still trying to cover, the rookie tight end from Iowa. But they really dominated running the football.
I'm like, who's Hutchinson?
Yeah, T.J. Hawkins.
We couldn't cover him. The Vikings
could cover Laporta neither.
Laporta. The bottom line is, Mike said this, and this is, you got to hold the Saints organization's feet to the fire. Oh, we got the tight ends that we want. Then you say this is the top tight end class that you've ever
graded. The best
graded.
I've ever done, 37 years.
So we're not going to draft a tight end?
Nope.
If it's the top class? So you got to hold the organization, you got to hold them accountable. Now, you might say, well, Mickey Loomis, yeah. But Mickey Loomis listens to Jeff Ireland. We don't even give Jeff Ireland a pass. Mike, right?
He's the one that feeds Mickey a lot of the information.
So try and make Mickey look good.
Right, exactly.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, but that's not, I don't think that's the issue as much as they don't have the leadership on that team. They don't have the direction. They don't have an identity. I mean, you're saying,
tell me one thing they do real well other than Taysom running the ball.
Right, but who's
other than Taysom running the ball?
I don't know who
I would say punt coverage.
Okay, you got to go that far down to punt coverage?
I'm trying to be optimistic. We top 2 or 3 and punt coverage.
Who's the MVP of the Saints right now? Taysom Hill.
That's it.
Hands down. That's a special teams guy.
Without Taysom Hill, we got probably 2 less losses.
But who on defense is stepping up in those critical situations and saying, hey, it's a time to kick some booty here, boys. Let's go. I don't see that. I don't see it on the sidelines.
The bottom line
I don't see it on offense either.
Is you can be an old, mature team. Like, oh, the Saints are old. There's nothing wrong with being old, but you got to win.
You're damn right. There's nothing wrong with being old.
Like, we need some young players out there. Look at the Texans.
And don't just give me young players. Give me guys that can play.
Right.
Yeah.
You can be young. That's all great and fine, but you got to play.
Every week.
Every week.
Well,
you got to know what you're doing.
Well, the thing is, if we want Jane Daniels.
We'll be right back with more sports on the Bayou.
And y'all should let me.
When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offer team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you.
All right, I was talking to Neil Mulbrew. He said, Martin, it's not enough Christmas in this audience, not festive enough. Rich Morty always says that. So let's get this segment kicked off. We caught Spud in one of his moments before he leads y'all, getting y'all going. Let's roll in. We caught Spud singing a song before he came on the show today. Roll it in.
He's a thespian. Come on.
You gotta stop taking those pills, Spud.
All right, I'll give it up for Spud. Spud. And I think since he did such a great job on that, Spud, you're going to get the crowd going today, all right? Why don't you go up by Bobby and them, step up on the black carpet over there, get these people, get them in a little cadence for us. Get them going, Spud. Here we go. All right, keep them going, Spud, because in our crowd today,
Wooly Bully.
Rouse's Supermarket, the official supermarket of the New Orleans.
Now we got
Y'all raise
Huey
your
Long
hands
on the
over there,
stage.
Rouses. There we
Huey
go.
Long on the stage.
All right, we have Alford and Associates, Priscilla, Drug, Justin out today. Justin's making a guest appearance. Justin, raise your hand so they know where you're at. Don't be shy over there. All right, we
Looks
have
just like
St.
Priscilla.
Martin and Bork with all the police department, and we appreciate what our police and law enforcement, all first responders do for us in the area. Then we have look at Cody. He's all decked out in Christmas attire.
He's always ready. Cody's always ready.
Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Y'all give them a round of applause. Cody's got his own show. He'll be taping that today. We have Terrebonne General Health System, and Stan's about ready to go. He'll have his own segment with some high-powered people today. Look at Lester, back from the airport. He got a lot of rest, and he's got a good table today. Lester, raise your hand. Let him know you're here. Hall of Fame at Nicholls State. All right, we have, let's see, that's Barker Honda, by the way. South Louisiana Bank, raise your hand. They're right next to him. Raise your hand over there, South Louisiana Bank. Spud, you could give a big clap here because you're part of Terrebonne Churches United. Look at Lawrence. Lawrence, can you raise your hand and make some noise over there? All right, we also have Kim Chauvin, newly elected parish councilwoman. She's in the crowd today over there.
Wait.
Then we're going to move over right behind him.
Dancing in the closet.
Look, we got the parish president of Terrebonne Parish, Mr. Gordon Dove. Y'all give him a hand. He's done a lot for the parish. And at his table, some newly elected C.J. Voisin is the parish councilman. Stand up, C.J. Let him see you.
Oh, hey.
All right. And we're going to move on from there. Kim, by the way, I didn't make you stand up. Stand up, Kim. Stand up, Kim.
Come on, Kim.
She wants to match Spud's outfit, so there we go. All right, so we're going to move on down. We got GIS. Look at old Neil Mulbrew and his crowd over there. They do a great job for us in the area.
We got Ray Maillet in the house.
All right, the next table over, we have Tita with Corey Guidry, and he's brought also a re-elected councilman here in the area, Brian Pledger. Y'all give him a hand also. All right, we have Terrebonne Parish School District. Boy, if we could get Becky and Priscilla together, they would match. Look, Becky, stand up a second. Look at her outfit, and then look at Priscilla up in the front. If we could get Priscilla's jacket, boy, that would be one heck of an outfit there. I'm just saying it, just for the record. All right. Then we have the HTV table. Look at the legends over here. Coach Albert, who's going to be Harry's guest today. He's going to talk about motivation today. How you get pros motivated. He did it at a great high school level. And then look at my Aunt Miriam with her entourage over here. Francis, you didn't know you were part of Aunt Miriam's entourage, right? All right. And I got Harry McCullough with me back here. We're sort of keeping an eye on the crew. But before we go to a break, you know, it's the Christmas spirit. You know, our police chief, he's a pretty quiet guy. Travis Terrio. Travis, stand up. Y'all give him a round of applause. He's over there at St. Martin Board. Now look, I know when I do these type of things that Travis wears a gun. So, Travis, we caught you on the street corner. You were singing a little bit, and look, one of my guys filmed it. Let's go to the break with the police chief, Travis Terrio. Here we go.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Right after the break, LSU talk. Whoa, stick around. It's getting good.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish powder you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. No LSU game, but it got announced they'll play in the ReliaQuest Bowl January 1st against Wisconsin. First things first. And Fletcher Mackel reminded me of this morning. He was like, Mike, I remember we walking out of the national championship game, LSU beats Clemson. And you turned to me and you said, I'll never see a player like Joe Burrow again at LSU in my lifetime. Okay, in less than 5 years, we see Jaden Daniels, and he's going to win the Heisman Trophy this Saturday.
It's like the 100-year flood. It comes every 3 years, right?
I'll take another one.
No, that is.
I'll take another one.
No, he's unbelievable. I mean, and you know what? It's like the last 3 weeks where it's just the tsunami has just come around him, where everybody's finally saying he's the guy. Look at his stats. It's unbelievable.
Okay, you know I love stats. Hello, Aver. Yes.
Bobby, what kind of stats do you have today?
I got plenty of stats on Jaden.
That's why Jaden Daniels is a slam dunk. Yeah. He has to win.
Absolutely.
But when you look at, before I get to that point, you know who has pressure on him now? The next LSU quarterback. Oh, my God.
Think about
like
Garrett Nussmeier today.
Or whoever it might, transfer portal. They could be playing pretty good and go, oh, man, that guy sucks or whatever. No, you could be compared to Joe Burrow and Daniels. It's like you're in a no-win situation. So that's going to be tough to be a big test for Coach Kelly and the next quarterback. But, Mike, I talked about this last night. Okay, we were all watching because I wanted to see what Bo Nix was going to do. And then you look, Michael Penix. He was the MVP in the Pac-12 championship game. He threw for 319 yards, a touchdown, had an interception. Nix, 308 total yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Now look at Daniels and what he was able to do. He only had 2 games this season, which he gained fewer than 350 total yards. Now remember, Penix had 319, Nix had 308. Only 2 games this season, he gained fewer than 350 total yards. And guess what? He only played a half. That was against Grambling and Army. So if you look at the numbers, it's like it'd be a conspiracy. You want to investigate. There's no way that Jane Daniels should not win the Heisman.
Also, Bob, and you can gamble on anything today, but the gambling odds changed overnight on who's in the 2 spot. It's now Michael Penix Jr.
Because he won and
because he won the game. Yeah. And, for the people in the Midwest and Northeast, and I ain't watching no Pac-12 football. They've seen Jaden Daniels, though. But, Penix is pretty good. I'm not voting for no Bo Nix. So it changed overnight. Now, Penix is in the 2 spot, but Jaden has extended that
to show you
favorite.
The day and age we live in and the transfer portal and all that, you don't know who's going to be on the team. The quarterback, was it McCord at Ohio State?
McCord, yeah.
Okay, he's transferred.
Why would you want to leave? They got everything set up for you.
No, they got a bunch of spoiled brats. Entitlement. I'm entitled, and we didn't maybe get to the postseason and be in the playoffs, so I'm going to go somewhere else. No, you're going to see, okay, who's on our team? LSU fans were like, okay, who's on our team this year? No, that's going to be all the teams across the country.
Ohio State has lost 11 people in the transfer portal in less than 24 hours.
Because they're not in the Final Four. Are we playing in they going, Orange Bowl? But they play Missouri.
Orange Bowl. Man, I ain't want to go to Orange
Man, I want to win a championship, so I'm leaving. No, a bunch of entitled brats.
And that's what you got today. But, man, to me, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. And the money.
And money is part of it. But you can't tell me that if they transfer, they're going to make more money somewhere else than Ohio State.
Who knows?
Or maybe they got their feelings hurt, and
I
the coach,
think that's more it.
And the coach shoot them out a couple of times. Oh, well, I'm leaving. You're not supporting me enough. What?
And you taking heat
How about
for
you
losing
drop
to
your,
Michigan.
you know what, and freaking hang in there.
How about that? How about
come
none
on.
of these kids have any coping skills at this level, in this society?
See, that's
over
true.
How you
anything.
handle
They don't.
adversity? No, nobody
That's
wants
society
adversity. Adversity helps you grow.
Of course.
You can compartmentalize. I mean, you have to understand the situation. It's not like, okay, in 1 month it could be this, the next month could be totally different. Next year, totally different. Oh, it didn't work out this month, so I'm leaving. So I'm escaping. We need to be tough. We need more young people to be tough within the situation they're in. Now, Miles Brennan married my nephew. You know Miles Brennan? My nephew, my niece. No. Oh, that
could happen.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So Miles Brennan married my niece. Again, there's a time and place, and you get good counsel that, he loved LSU. But when Coach Kelly came in there, and then all of a sudden, Jane Daniels comes on board. He should have went to Southern Miss.
Yes.
But you have to look to the future. Not that you're afraid of competition, but you have to look in hindsight. Can Miles Brennan hang with Jane Daniels? What? Nobody can hang with you in the country.
And think about, he did not play well as a sophomore at Arizona State. He played well as a freshman there, but he didn't play well as a sophomore.
Okay, how you handle adversity.
And he handled adversity so well.
When you think about this, now you got to accept this, LSU fans. You might not want to. Oh, you got to be loyal to LSU. When you think of the top 3 Heisman quarterbacks, that they stay at their prospective schools.
Nope.
They're all transfers.
Bo Nix, Auburn. Penix was Indiana.
When you think of Michael Penix from Indiana to Washington, Bo Nix goes from Auburn, which he did not play well, and then he goes to Oregon, and then you got Daniels, Arizona State to LSU.
Well, it goes to show you there is a spot for you somewhere. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough coming up shortly with his sports feature of the week.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Arizona State LSU, top 3.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou, I'm going to throw it to the Hall of Famer himself, Harry McCullough.
Yeah, with another one. Coach Albert also in the Bayou Hall of Fame. So, longtime coach, no stranger to our area, and coaching, different sports, motivation, and I guess that's where we're gonna draw the parallels here. How do you motivate a team like the Saints? Who it seemed like there was more Lions fans at the Dome cheering. Bobby had mentioned there were 8 and 12 in the stadium. It seemed like they were booing every time Derek Carr came on, cheering every time Taysom Hill came on. How do you motivate a team where it seems like everything's going against you in the middle of a season?
Well, I only coached on a high school level, not on a pro level. But one thing that amazes me after the game, I watched the game on TV, and when they show our head coach, if you didn't watch the game, you couldn't tell if we won or we lost. I mean, there's no emotions. I see no excitement or anything of that sort. I think a team that you coach is a reflection of the coach. And I think, we just need a lot more motivation there.
I think this team does reflect its head coach, actually. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's very emotional. They don't seem like they play all, up and down. I'm surprised he's had such a great record as a defensive coordinator, but he doesn't seem very motivational, right? And,
Not at all.
And it seemed like maybe you're hearing players kind of talk a little bit. You hear different things. Hey, I need to be out of here. I need to be playing better. Again, when you're in the middle of it, I don't think the Saints want to make a change, but if they lose to either Carolina or the Giants, they may be forced to over the next 2 games. How do you kind of bring everybody together? And again, I guess that's part of it, right? Is, hey, let's circle the wagons and play the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's the most thing you can do. I watched his interview after the game, and he's talking about chopping wood for the rest of the year, but I couldn't see any relationship between chopping wood and what he was trying to get across on this point.
Yeah, and look, you don't have to be a rah-rah guy. Coach Landry with the Cowboys for many years was saying preparation was the best motivator you can have. It doesn't have to be, hey, let's all come together, because, a pregame speech only lasts 30 seconds, right? You got to play for 3 hours. But it does seem like the preparations takes a while, too. So I guess that would be the best way to kind of rally the troops, would be to come up with a good game plan and be ready for the next opponent.
Finish the season, yes.
I always thought optimism was a competitive advantage. And when everything kind of starts circling, it's hard to be optimistic, right?
Yes, it is. It's tough, especially when the season's not going too well as it is. And it's very difficult.
Yeah. Did you ever have players like you? Again, many times you coached basketball and then obviously softball. Do you need to rely on like leaders of the team for that, or in those cases, are you the leader?
Well, you have to be the leader. If you're the head coach, you have to be the leader of the team that you're coaching. To give you some idea about the attitude of your players, you have to make sure that playing and representing the school that they represent is a great thing. I remember one year at Vanderbilt, we were the defending state champions, and the weather got bad at practice. It started snowing in Houma, Louisiana. And I looked around, and the baseball team had gone in, the track team had gone in, and I grouped the girls together, and I said, girls, it's snowing. I said, you think we should go in? They said, Coach, we're the defending state champions. We need to practice. So we stayed out till we finished our practice. So it gives you an idea of the attitude of your team. And you know where you are with them if you're reaching them.
Coach, just to ask you, you had a record, 112 straight wins, girls softball, right?
Yes.
I've said this a lot. Bobby's heard me say it. A lot of times people say, oh, adversity tells a lot about a person. And that's somewhat true. You know what you tell about somebody? When they get a little bit of things going your way and having that same attitude athletically. How did you deal with it? Because a lot of times people don't handle success real well at all.
No.
Great question.
I don't know. I would imagine I was just fortunate in my coaching career. It seems to be every time that we went, or I got a head coaching job at Vanderbilt in the sport, we just seemed to have the influx at that time of good athletes. I remember the first basketball game I coached, it was against Rene LeBlanc. And at the end of the first quarter, the score was 17-0. We hadn't scored a point. We were the district championship. We won the district championship the next year. We didn't even have a gym to practice in. We practiced on the cement court. And it's just, I was just very, very fortunate in my coaching career.
Yeah, well, without a doubt. So,
we
Coach,
had Harry McCullough, too.
What it also says is that the teams do follow their leaders.
Yeah.
You're a great leader. That's why you always seem to have these great players come and play on your team. So, well, Coach, we appreciate all the years, man, for sure.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate it.
Okay. When y'all talk about Dennis Allen, and don't be like in general coaches that now you got to win. You can't just yell them to be yelling, but that Don't you want coaches to show emotion? See, now you can't make nobody an alpha dog if they're not an alpha dog.
How you say it, you can't fake the funk.
You can't fake the funk, and you can't be a narcissist if you're not. No, I'm telling you, Nick, you don't think Nick Saban's a narcissist? Hello?
Oh, yes.
What?
Oh, yes.
Hello, I'm just telling you, Napoleon, you can go way back. I mean, in the history of the world, when you look at but Dennis Allen, to me, I want you to look at his expression, and he's at the game. People want to see passion. I mean, whether he would gratify the big goal, he seemed like, or whatever, he'd act the same way as whether. Wait,
whoa. Wait a second.
No.
Where's the flags? Hold on.
No.
We got to reel them back in here.
I'm telling you.
No, that's not much.
Well, the thing is, I'm not cursing. I just have a vision of.
We're in a new era now with
I have
Amen.
a vision of Dennis Allen. It could be good, it could be bad, or it's just the same.
Yeah, we need more than flags, man.
And now, Sean Payton.
A bayonet.
I think Sean Payton, you would know if you're satisfied or not.
All right, hey, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport. And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. With all of our Bayou region teams out of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association's playoffs, we thought we'd take a look back at our Bayou region kids that have gone on to the collegiate and the professional level and have had a really good season this past year. We start things off with Terrebonne High School 2022 graduate Jalen Lucas. Jalen is the reigning Big Ten All-Conference returner for kickoffs, and he's going to win that award this year as he led the conference again in that category. The sophomore at Indiana University also had 275 yards rushing and 247 yards receiving. In his last kickoff return against Purdue, he took it to the house. Jalen's brother, Ja'Kai Douglas, a 2020 graduate at Terrebonne High School, also had a really good year for Florida State. The redshirt junior had 12 catches for 245 yards for the undefeated Seminoles. And for his efforts against Pitt, he was voted the ACC Player of the Week back in mid-season. This is all done as Ja'Kai played in arguably one of the best receiver rooms in the country. Speaking of pretty good receiving rooms, Kyron Lacey, Thibodeau High graduate of 2020, was an excellent receiver for LSU this past year. The senior had 24 catches for 463 yards and 7 touchdowns for the Tigers. His LSU teammate, defensive lineman Mason Smith, a redshirt sophomore from Terrebonne High School class of 2021, didn't have quite the year that was projected, still had 27 tackles and 1 sack. And at Nicholls State University, David Robinson Jr., a 2018 grad of Central Lafourche High School, had a great year at the wide receiver position. He had 32 catches for 521 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Southland Conference champs. fellow Central Lafourche alum Gavin Lasang had a terrific year also for the Colonels. He finishes as the all-time leading scorer at Nichols with 280 points. 2021 ED White grad Ethan Lee led the Colonels in tackles. He had 64, also had an interception for the Colonels. The sophomore safety was known for his big stick ability on defense. Ellendale Memorial graduate Cedric Williams was dinged up for a lot of his senior year at Houston, but he still had 8 tackles and 1 sack for the Cougars. Thibodeau High graduate Tyron Young was a force in the defensive backfield for 9-2 Louisiana Christian. The junior had 39 tackles and 2 interceptions for the Wildcats. South Lafourche grad Jai Ogeron had a good year for Southeastern. He made the All-Southland Conference team last year and is a sure bet to make it again this year at right tackle. And on the pro level, it's Ellendale Memorial graduate Tay Martin on the travel squad for the 49ers. Hasn't been active this year, but was active a few times last year. And finally, Thibodeau High graduate Amik Robinson having a great year for the Raiders. 2 interceptions for the cornerback. He also has 22 tackles for the Raiders. One of his plays was a game winner for the Raiders as his interception sealed the deal against the Packers earlier in the year.
Always fun to talk about those guys who are going on to do well on the collegiate and the professional level. We are very fortunate because it really starts at the junior high level, and we have some junior high guys here with us today. From Evergreen Junior High, we have Ryan Wilkie, who is the athletic director there, also the head track and field coach. Next to him is Jordan Staub. Jordan was a terrific basketball player over at H.L. Bourgeois. He's working with those kids from that same community. He is the football and basketball coach over at Evergreen Junior High. And I have the principal, Zach Hill, here with me. Zach, a good football player over at Central Lafourche and coached at Central Lafourche. And now as a principal, and we've been talking about these things about where it starts, and we're in the NIL and the portal world, and how are these kids? And we could talk to coaches from back in the 80s and 70s and get one perspective. But Zach did this about 10, 15 years ago when he started coaching. Now he's with those kids. I enjoy high school sports because it's sort of the purest form of sports. And now I'm wondering what kids, even at that level, are doing now that we can have NIL deals on the high school level in Louisiana. You got to see kids who are like 12 and 13 years old. What's it like now for those kind of kids in schools?
Yeah, so I think whenever you kids are kids, right? But the stakes are so much higher for them at such a young age. So it's really heartbreaking sometimes when you see it because everything is so serious at such a young age. So they're getting training, they're going to lessons, they're playing every weekend, they're doing all these things, and they're committed at such a young age that really they don't have a lot of time to be kids, you know. So, you know, like whenever I play, you were playing outside with your friends, you were doing, but now these kids are going to lessons 3 times a week. They're playing in tournaments on the weekends. They're kind of losing the love for it a little bit earlier. So being in the junior high, we're just trying to bridge that gap from them being kids to preparing them for high school.
Listen, and I'm not, this doesn't necessarily happen, but would it be odd for you to hear a kid at Evergreen Junior High say somewhere along the line, I want to move on to another school because I think I could get more playing time?
Well, I haven't heard it, so not that I don't expect to hear it, but it's something that I don't hear, you know. I wouldn't be surprised to hear it, but I do not hear that.
Listen, and another thing, we at Terrebonne General supply athletic trainers for all of the Terrebonne Parish schools, and we enjoy doing that. The junior highs get the short end of the stick sometimes, but if there's a big event, we'll be there for them. The interesting thing is I think all of the high school guys in the parish are very appreciative. But we're going to have to be at Evergreen a whole lot more because Zach brought in some bourgeois meat products for us today as a little thank you. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir.
And also want to mention this before I go because I promised this when I was doing sports on the Friday night sports years ago, and I have to do it for Scotty Dryden. Go Longhorns. All right, we'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Hook 'em horns.
Don't fall asleep when we come back from the break. Chuck Bork with his What's Up, Chuck segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bourke today to schedule your free consultation.
Give where you live. The Terrebonne Church's United Food Bank.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Church's United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. This is our What's Up Chuck segment. Chuck Bourke, he's supervising and coordinating today, so we got our version of Jake Browning today. If we watch Monday Night Football, Jake was great for the Bengals. So Lester Beamer from Barker Honda.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I want to recognize Hollywood.
Hollywood. Everybody, if you listen to WWL, you hear.
All right, Hollywood. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want.
Why the Saints can't run the ball? Why they can't stop the run?
Okay,
well,
we got to say that
we don't win in the trenches. No, but we don't win in the trenches. Offensive defensive line. We were small. We were dominant. You remember Jari Evans and all was up for the being the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Max Unger and all them. We don't have those cats anymore. Yeah.
And we can't stay on schedule too. You know, we'll hit a play or two, and then someone will blow something, or it'll be a penalty or an interception.
No, we have the most like offsides.
Yeah,
like illegal procedures, Saints.
My thing is, when have you seen a center and they catch him leaning not once but twice? He's leaning back, and he's sort of moving the ball around.
You know what that's telling me?
One time, now you did it twice in the same game.
You know what that's telling me? He forgot the snap count. You don't think that can happen? I'm telling you. It's like, what was the snap count? Like, what?
But Bobby, let me ask you this: how would Jim Moore have handled if y'all were playing as bad as his team is playing now? How would Jim Moore have handled that?
He would have humbled us and said, "Well, you think you're a pro, but if you want to be a pro, you got to win. If you don't win, then we'll get somebody else." And you got to go, no, there's so much money.
You used to go head to head with him, huh?
Oh, all the time. But we both used the F word against each other.
Friends?
French words.
Well, did he get excited when in a relationship?
No,
I'm just curious. I don't know how deep you got with him.
No, it was like, I'll never forget, we're getting ready to play the Redskins.
It's another F word.
Yeah, we were playing the Redskins. And boy, I was sucking 2-minute offense. I wasn't having a good practice. And he's like, "Hey, Bear, what the hell? We don't got a damn chance to be doing this and that." But he kept nagging me like he was my wife or something. He kept going on and on and on. And then I told him, well, F whatever, you whatever. And so and then Ricky Jackson, they're all laughing and all in the background. What do you say? What do you say, Bear? I said, man, you heard me. And then I don't know, I think it was reverse psychology. Because all of a sudden, we're playing at Washington, D.C., and that's when they just won a Super Bowl. So the Redskins were awesome. Darrell Green, Doug Williams, and all that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was playing awesome in the game. I never forget, I threw Robert Clark a touchdown pass down the middle, and he came to high-five me. I was like, man, I just walked right past him. I went and said, no, I ain't high-fiving you. But you know what? He pushed the right buttons to motivate me. Some players, you can't get on them. Right. Some players, like I remember Darren Gilbert, Cal State Fullerton, offensive tackle. He was getting whooped, and one time I got all over him, and I'm like, oh, that's not working. Because then he's like in a shell, and then all of a sudden he was playing worse. And if he's not playing better, that means I get hit more. So I had to tell him, it's all right, Darren, keep fighting. You're going to be all right. You could do it. You could do it. Where Stan Brock wanted me to, the mountain man, University of Colorado, Oregon mountain man, he wanted me to cuss him and get on his back. Come on. Man, I wish I could say what I really say.
That's
never really stopped you
but
before.
he wanted me to get on him, to motivate him, because he'd have looked at me like, come on, Stan, you could do it. He looked at, man, what? You know, he wanted me to, yeah, so that's why I always say, if you want to play quarterback or be a coach, you know, you're out of high school, what I'm going to major in. I don't know, maybe I'm a business administration or whatever it might be. Major in, if you want to be a coach or like a player, especially if you have the skill of a quarterback, major in psychology and how you deal with different individuals. Because you're playing a team sport, how you treat somebody in one way, you got to treat somebody another way. Same thing if you're a boss. Martin, you're a boss. I mean, you got HTV. You deal with different people different ways, and what motivates them to push the right buttons.
Very true.
And that is absolute, especially in today's world.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world.
Somebody you can get on, the other person you can't get on.
Sports on the Bayou.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Terrebonne General Health System is the largest healthcare resource in Southeast Louisiana, offering a high-tech and high-touch style of healing. World-renowned services include cardiology, women's health, cancer care, and a healthy lifestyle center.
This is a true calling for all the physicians, nurses, and staff who make up our proud Terrebonne General family. We are here to provide healthcare for our community.
To discover more, please visit tghealthsystem.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates. For all of your insurance needs, Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, and St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our State of Play segment. And Martin, I'll throw it to you.
All right. I'm going to let the police chief pull the raffle ticket since I picked on him earlier, and he does possess a gun.
I think he missed his calling.
We're going to get back. Yeah,
he should be a singer. I think he missed your calling, Sheriff.
Look, you see how efficient he is at running a department? He's already handed me the winning ticket. One pick today, $100.
Who cashes?
Who's feeling lucky? So that means about 97 of you are not feeling lucky, right?
Bobby, you feeling lucky?
See, no, but I'm a donated. You know who ends up winning this? It's amazing, the Rouse workers. I mean, I got to give them a hand, the Rouse workers. I think when you play the percentages, the Rouse workers have won more than anybody when we've done this.
Joni said, what you doing for the raffle today? I said, I'm giving away money. And about 11:30, I texted, I said, I forgot to go to the bank. Joni had $100 in her pocket.
Oh, big money, Joni.
So she said, I'll give you 100, but I want 110 back.
Oh, yeah.
Interest. Exactly.
That's good.
All right, here we go. Chief, read it out. Come on. Be a man about it.
596093.
Yeah!
LaFouche Parish.
Cajun Bayou.
LaFouche Parish in the house.
Come on up. Come on up.
You get to make a speech.
All right. Look, I'm a very perceptive person. Show me your left hand. She's married, so 50% of this goes to her husband.
Hey.
You gonna tell? You gonna tell?
What are you smoking?
No.
We have secrets in the house?
No, that's my money. It's not my husband.
Exactly.
All right, there we go.
All righty. Thank you, Martin. We'll be back to finish it up here on Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Cardiovascular Institute of the South is celebrating 40 years of delivering health care to our patients and communities. Founded by Dr. Craig Walker in 1983 and guided by a mission to provide the highest quality cardiovascular care available, CIS has pioneered hundreds of firsts to improve outcomes for cardiovascular diseases. Through new technology, virtual care, outpatient procedures, and national growth, CIS is improving lives and leading the way for advanced care and innovation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs, and St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Finishing it up here on Sports on the Bayou. Hopefully Saturday we get our third Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. I think it's a given. I think the big question mark is, can Malik Neighbors beat out Marvin Harrison for the Bolitnikoff Award?
Well, he has better numbers this year.
But he's not getting the publicity, though.
He's not got the publicity that Marvin Harrison Jr. has. I think he had a much better year than Harrison did this year.
So, Mike, what do you think, Rich, you're a receiver. I think they're both going to have success at a high level in the NFL.
I think Harrison's going to be a top 5 pick, and I think Malik will be a top 10.
Yeah, without
question.
question.
Who do you think is having more productive career, depending on the quarterback?
And depending on health.
Okay.
But Marvin Harrison is gifted.
He's a big,
you watched him when he played against Penn State. He took that game over.
Right.
Just absolutely took it over.
He'll be a
and y'all remember his
player.
dad, to say Marvin Harrison Jr., his dad was the stud receiver with the Colts with Peyton Manning.
He's a lot bigger and a lot faster than
It would be Marvin Harrison Sr., by the way. Just so you know, in case you were wondering.
Marvin Harrison Jr. So
we'll be back next week with
it's all about the gene pool.
Sports on the Bayou.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.